Hey guys, this is going to be how to do an at-home facial. I really just wanted to give you guys something y'all can do right now, something that I'm doing while at home, and help you guys, you know, have good skin while we're all stuck in the house. I have already removed all the eye makeup from my eyes, and now what I'm going to do is just take a cozy, comfy headband to get all of my little baby hairs out of the way. And then I like to just kind of pull that back to make sure I'm getting my whole face. I've got these little facial sponges that expand with water. That's kind of what I like to use. So I am expanding my facial sponge right now under the water. I have water boiling on the stove. That's going to help open up my pores like my facial steamer would at work. And I think this sponge is expanded into one of these once you run it underwater for long enough. So I'm going to take some of my cleanser, whatever cleanser is best for your skin type, and then you want to take a little water on your fingertips, kind of spread that all over. That's going to help disperse the product better once you actually get it on your skin. So I've got a little product here, and I'm just going to kind of start working. I like to work in little circles, kind of rubbing off any makeup that may still be on my skin. Go around my dermal. I try and be gentle around all my piercings. A little more cleanser for the other side. And then work in circles. So this is kind of my first step. Just removing any dirt, debris, makeup that's still on my face, even though I really haven't been wearing makeup with everything going on. Always make sure you get your neck too. Your neck is the first sign of aging, so if you can keep it in check, you can keep your face in check. Rinsing my sponge again. Okay, now I like to go ahead and do my exfoliant. I'm using my Gino Gamage exfoliant. It's got little micro particles. Work it good in my fingers. My face is still wet from that sponge just being on it. I like to do a quick pass over of all of my skin and then start really working that product in. I like to get up in my nose right in here because that's where I tend to have a lot of buildup, around my mouth, in this crease. Yeah. This is just one of my favorite parts. This one also has a mild peel to it, so it takes off some dead skin cells. Working up my neck, not down. You don't want to add any more sagging than what nature is going to do for you. So I'm going to take the other side of that facial sponge that we had from earlier and start removing that exfoliant. I love exfoliating. Being able to get all that dead skin off, because if not, when I do my makeup and I put powder on, you can just see that powder sitting on top of my dead skin. It's great. So now I'm going to go to my kitchen under that steam that I have going on the stove. I like to take a rag, any kind of rag will do, put it over your head, kind of hold the steam in, place your face, obviously not up against the boiling water, but enough to get the steam of it. And then this kind of helps hold it all in. You don't need to do it too long, and then I'll come back and we will do the mask. Okay, so I have steamed my whole face. As you can see, it is very shiny. What that does is basically opens up your pores, has it more susceptible to accepting the product that you're about to put on it. Typically, I would say do not pat your skin with a washcloth because these really hoard bacteria. I actually just got this one out of the dryer though, so I'm not too worried about it, but ideally you would want cotton balls or something of that nature. So now what I'm doing today, I'm going to do an Indian clay mask. I have not used this one before. It had really great reviews, so we're going to try it out. I'm just going to apply it all over. So first thing I'm automatically noticing is for a mud mask, it's pretty thin. And when I was mixing it, it said 1 part of this to 3 parts of the clay. When I did that, it was even thinner. So I actually went now to splash more of the clay powder, and it's still pretty thin for a mask. I like my mud masks to be thick, so we're just applying that all over. So I'm kind of just taking all of this excess and trying to thicken it up, I guess. Next time I'd mix this, I would definitely try like 1 part clay to 2 parts water instead of 3 parts. So now I'm gonna let this sit for about 15-20 minutes. It kind of depends on how long it takes to harden, since I said it is really liquidy, so we'll see how it does, and I will be back. Okay, so now that you can see that this is completely hardened and dried up, you can see how it really got in there in the pores. We're gonna rinse it off. Go ahead and wet the entire face. Okay, so now that the mask is more pliable, we're gonna take this cloth and remove. And I'm just gonna take some water again and just make sure that mask is thoroughly rinsed off. Getting in all the little crevices and areas that it may have sat in. So now that I know my mask is thoroughly removed, what we're gonna do is take some of the toner. I'm gonna use a hydrating toner. Take a couple of these cotton rounds, a little bit of that toner, about a dime-sized amount, probably smaller. I like to take a little bit of eye cream. I kind of pat it under the eyes in circles. Also, yes, 1 nail was lost in this video, but it's alright. Crow's feet run in my family, so I like to kind of make sure I'm getting it in there, kind of patting around the eye, and I like to do 3 circles. Okay. The skin update, guys. I am breaking out right here and here. This side of my skin, just really right here, and then up in my forehead. I think it's definitely hormonal because I have never really broken out up here before. So, and I think it's just due to all the stress going on. So anyway, that's another topic. So I'm now going to take some of my moisturizer. I'm going to press that into the skin. I love the way this stuff feels. I'm only supposed to take like a little dime size because it is a professional product, but I, especially if it's nighttime, like to apply it pretty heavily. Also, like I said earlier, never forget your neck. So we're gonna take some in upward motions, like so. I like to do circles. Feels so good. And then when you get to the forehead, you can do little circles. 3 little sets going out. I make sure I get around my Medusa, up my nose, in those creases. All right. So I do feel pretty hydrated now. I'm just gonna take some lip balm. I'm currently using the Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm. I believe it's got menthol in it, natural mint and shea butter. It's also got SPF to prevent your lips from the sun. It's about 10 o'clock at night here, so I just love the way this stuff smells. So that is my basic at-home facial. That's what I do when I want to give myself the full treatment. You can add in a lip scrub like the lip mask I do. You can do anything like that. This is just my basic at-home facial. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe and let me know below. Thanks. Bye.